What were you thinking?" For a minute, Becca could only stare. Was he joking? Had he been paying attention at all? I thought you'd want to come and see the show. That's why we agreed to meet here," she said, slowly. Unfortunately, she wasn't sure who she was trying to explain it to, Danny or herself. "You've never come to one, and I don't know, I just thought—" He held up a hand to stop her. "Bex, look, I think you've got the wrong idea here. I'm not interested in going to some bridal show. I mean, why would I?" Her shoulders sagged and she gave him a patient smile as she reached for one of his hands. "Danny, this is something that's really important to me. I've been doing this since forever. I tell you about these shows all the time, and it would really mean a lot to me if you came and saw me model." The loud bark of laughter was not what Becca was expecting. At all. Danny?" But when he continued to laugh, Becca pulled her hand away and began to nervously look around the parking lot. There weren't many people around at the moment. A couple of the florist trucks were parked by the curb, and the delivery guys were too busy moving flower arrangements around to notice Becca and Danny. And there was some hipster-looking guy standing on the sidewalk, checking something on his phone. Clearing her throat, Becca took a step back and glared. "I don't see what's so funny about this," she said defensively, her arms crossing over her middle. Danny McDowell had been Becca's ideal guy since the 10th grade. Of course, back in high school he never paid any attention to her. When they'd run into one another at a club 6 months ago, and Danny asked for her phone number, Becca thought she'd died and gone to heaven. She knew part of it was because she looked a heck of a lot better at 25 than she had at 16. She had more confidence and had lost some of the weight that haunted her all through high school. Just thinking about how excited she'd felt when Danny actually approached her still made her a little giddy. As time went on, however, she sort of found herself finding all kinds of things that really irritated her about him, things she never really noticed back in school. He was extremely self-centered, kind of a loudmouth, and he never wanted to do anything Becca did. For a while, she thought she could let it go, but tonight's show was important to her. Enchanted Bridal was celebrating their 20th anniversary, and it was something she had wanted to share with Danny, and she thought he'd want to share with her. "Come on, Danny," she began. "You know why this is a big deal for me. Mrs. James is like a second mom to me, and Hailey, Angie, Ella, and I have been in every show since the beginning. We're going to celebrate afterwards. Cake and champagne, and it's going to be great." She reached for his hand and gave him what she hoped was a sexy smile. "I really want you there with me." He sighed loudly and pulled his hand away before he walked around her and started to head back to his car. Becca frowned and went after him. The florist vans were pulling away, and only the hipster was still around. When she caught up with Danny, she did her best to keep her voice down as she tried to figure out what was going on. Excuse me," she said, "but I'm standing here talking to you and you just walk away? What's going on, Danny?" Stopping and spinning around, Danny raked a hand through his dark hair and stared down at her. He was easily 6 inches taller than Becca, and normally it was something she loved, his looking down into hers. But right now there was nothing sweet or sexy about his expression. "Look, Bex," he began, and none too softly. "I really have no desire to stand around with a bunch of losers who are looking to give up the single life. It's a Friday night, for Christ's sake. I'm meeting the guys down at BJ's. I'm not hanging around while you parade around in a costume." She took a step back as if he'd slapped her. "A costume? Danny, I model wedding gowns. This isn't some little game. It's a fashion show. A real fashion show." He snickered again. "Come on. You're kidding, right?" "What's that supposed to mean?" she demanded. "Bex, you are no model. I mean,